Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today, we're going to be talking about bulk Magic the Gathering cards and the insane value that bulk cards have, the arbitrage that bulk Magic the Gathering cards have. And I know what you're thinking, bulk Magic cards don't have any value, they're trash, but unfortunately, that is not the case. And ever since I sold our 75,000 cards of bulk Magic cards, and I did a video that said I sold 75,000 cards in one day, man, I have only thought about this. This is the only thing I think about all the time is should I have instead purchased like a Roco sorter from TCG Player and processed through all that bulk myself instead and started that side of this business. And so it's the only thing I've thought about. And this video is going to give you my thoughts on should I do that and will I do that. And then I also want to start off by saying this video is not sponsored by TCG Player. It's not sponsored by Roco Sorter. Although if they want to send me a Roco sorter, I'm here. I got it. I'm in. I will shill that thing like crazy because I'm already going to shill it right here for free. But if you do want to support, I do have a TCG Player affiliate link in my comment section or in the description of the videos. And you can also shop at gamegrove.gg if you want to support the channel. All right, let's talk about bulk Magic cards. Oh, man, this is crazy. Right now, the going rate for the last year or so and kind of what's currently happening for bulk Magic the Gathering cards is 1,000 cards, unsorted, unpicked, for about $6, $6 to $7, but you should be able to find it, given the day, for $6. It seems to be on Facebook, on all the marketplaces. 1,000 cards for $6, and this is in volume, right? People are selling 50,000, like I sold 75,000. People are selling lots and lots and lots of Magic cards at those rates. And the heart of this video is going to be to take you through the process of what other stores have been doing a lot of research, talking to people who are doing this, what they are doing with that bulk. When they pay $6 per thousand, what happens to it? And the bulk of those stores that I've talked to process it and utilize TCG Player Direct. So when you're going on TCG Player and you have your bulk, you put your deck list and you hit optimize and it takes out TCG Player Direct. And this is, stores that send their cards to TCG Player and then TCG Player directly ships it to you. And you get all of your cards in one little bundle from multiple stores. Now, this is unlike what I currently do at our singles, which is we fulfill all the orders here from GameGrove and we ship them all around, and TCG Player is just a marketplace. TCG Player Direct, they only ship cards once a month, I think it is, to TCG Player to fulfill what TCG Player shipped out. But TCG Player takes 50% of the sale. So I want you to remember these numbers. You've got $6 per thousand, and then they are selling the cards and TCG Player is taking 50%. Like our typical fees, I think around 15%. This is 50%, 50%. So the real winner in all this is always going to be TCG Player and eBay. Just remember that. But if you're looking for a way, maybe this is for an individual, if you have some extra space and some extra cash, maybe a business opportunity for you. If you're looking for a store, if you're looking for, maybe this is a good opportunity to increase your revenue and spend. So those are the percentages, those are the costs. So the math that I've done, and through talking to these people, when the guy told me after he walked away with 75,000 cards of mine, that all he needed to do was find 24 cards per 1,000. 24 cards per 1,000 that sell at 50 cents each. So you got your box of 1,000 cards, one of those long boxes is like 800 cards. So if 24 of those cards are worth 50 cents or more, you break even on the 1,000. It's crazy. That math is crazy. That leaves you with 976 cards to make all of your profit on. It leaves you with 97.6% of your purchase is just straight up profit after that. That is insane. Those numbers are absolutely insane. I know it's crazy. We're talking about it's like penny stocks. We're talking about all this stupid stuff. This is not an investment thing. This is simply looking at the math of what you can purchase versus what you can get after you sort and organize and do the stuff. So Leaving you with, again, 976 cards. And then let's say 100 of them are above 35 cents. Okay, I'm just guessing at numbers. I have not done this. I am thinking about doing it. I would like to purchase a Roku sorter. We're getting into the pricing of that here in a minute. We'll talk about that, but let's just say out of those now 976 cards, 100 are above 35 cents. $35 is what you get, times 50% for TCG Player means that you have profited $17.50 or 290% profit percentage compared to your initial $6 per thousand. And you still have 875 cards, of which I'm sure a good chunk of are under that 35 cent, 50 cent threshold, but you still have a bunch of cards. So a Roku sorter costs about $25,000. And I think it's also like $100 a month, something like that. I'm using the number 25,000 just as a general number for you. That's how we're gonna get to this idea. I'm sure if you want to do your own math, do your own research, do your own stuff, a Roku sorter costs about $25,000. Now, there are some financing options, there are some other things, but the initial investment, at the end of the day, $25,000, which means based on my math, what I've done and what I've thought about and what I can't, keeps me up at night, just thinking about all the cards we just kind of toss away or let people have and whatever. It keeps me up at night, $25,000. To pay it off, according to my math, would be 1.4 million with an M cards. 1.4 million cards, or 1,428 thousands. Okay, so the Roku sorter can do 1,000 cards per 2 hours. Every 2 hours, it can do 1,000 cards. And what the Roku sorter does, I guess I should have given you this. It's got 26 bays. You put 1,000 cards in, and it filters out cards above a percentage. So you could say, I want to sell cards above 35 cents. Seems to be the typical thing that a lot of stores are doing. So I want to sell cards above 35 cents. It filters out any cards below 35 cents and puts it in one kind of bin. Anything over 35 cents, it's going to individually alphabeticalize these cards as it goes. It's crazy. So then you don't have to do any sorting. It's alphabeticalized. You just have your little bay. You just then put the cards in. So again, it can process 1,000 cards every 2 hours, which means you have to get through 1,428 thousands or 1.4 million cards in order to break even on the Roku sorter. Oh, yeah, ready for this? So that's 2,856 hours. If you divide that by 52 weeks in a year, it means that you need to be operating this Roku sorter for 54 hours a week, which is pretty reasonably like the time period of which a store is open. Now, if you want to be stupid efficient with this, you could just have somebody pay somebody almost all hours throughout the day, night shift, whatever. This is where I get going. You do this and you could just have, like this infinite money glitch that things are just kind of going over and churning. So hypothetically, if your game store though is open 50 hours a week, you're already paying an employee, you already have somebody there, you are paying off your Roku sorter in 1 year. And if you assume your employee is doing other stuff and whatever, or you already have, like we already employ somebody that ships cards and that kind of stuff, man, it's crazy. But remember, it's a year, but you still have 875 cards left. I don't know what the actual math is. I was looking for like the bottom of the barrel. Like, what is the worst 1,000 cards that you could get? I think you get 24 of them over 50 cents. I think you get 100 of them over 35 cents. So, all right, that's me being excited about something. And I think it's a really interesting thing. I'm not committed to it. I don't think I have the space for it. And we're gonna get into the negatives of the Roku sorter from my perspective. Number one, where do you get 1.4 million bulk cards a year to make this really worth it? You have to, in my opinion, you have to make this really worth it by paying it off after a year, and then every year it's just an additional like $25,000 of profit into your revenue. And so where do you get the 1.4 million Magic the Gathering cards every single year? And what extra time and energy does that cost you? The guy who came to me in West Virginia to pick up 75,000 cards, he drove 4 hours here, and then 4 hours home. That's a lot of time. I don't have that kind of time in my life to go to a store and to look on Facebook all the time and then drive and pick up I have 2 kids. I don't have the time and the energy to pursue all that bulk cards, and shipping bulk cards for the seller just doesn't matter. If I wanted to sell those 75,000 cards, I wouldn't have been able to ship them, right? So if I want to buy $75,000 cards from another store, I'm not gonna be able to find somebody who wants to ship them to me. So getting the cards seems like the most difficult task. And I think though, if I didn't have the YouTube channel, right? If I wasn't already sinking a ton of time into what you're watching, I think for me, it would be kind of a no-brainer. This would be an awesome opportunity of something to do to further the store and to have another revenue stream. But I kind of already feel like the YouTube channel is a better use of my time to build a community. We've got a Discord server, we have Patreon, we have a community of people who are buying product. It just seems like a better use of my time. The other negative of a Roco sorter is the space. It takes up like a 6x4, I think is the minimum requirements. That's just for the Roco sorter. Now you also need to have a place, like you have to have a place to store what is a ton of cards, a metric ton of cards, both sorted and unsorted, and it takes up a lot of space that you could be utilizing to hold other product and inventory that you could end up selling or whatever. So those are the 2 major issues. And then the tertiary issue for me, and this wouldn't be an issue for me, I don't think, is efficiency. I think 50 hours a week is a relatively acceptable thing that you could do. In my mind, to do it right though, you'd be just trying to churn it out all the time. I think the 50 hours a week thing works because you're already employing people in your store and staff and whatever. But once you go past business hours, now you're adding another cost, which is additional time and whatever. So the heart of this video, I think, is that you can be creative in this industry. Distro prices were high. The profit margin on sealed product is low. You've got everybody's competing to buy people's singles. Locally, you've got people who are always the competition to have singles come into your door. There's a lot of that stuff. You have to be creative in this industry. And I think that for some people, the Roco sorter bulk option is just something that not a lot of other people are going to do. They're not going to take that $25,000 risk, or that, the risk of, putting either their own personal money or taking a loan out. They're not going to do that risk in order to accomplish this. And so if you can be creative and take calculated risk, like I think this is a calculated risk that can be, if you put the energy and time into it, I think you can go a long way. It would be really freaking cool to have a card sorter that just alphabeticalized. I mean, the other benefit of this is not just selling on TCG Player, but actually being able to categorize your own inventory of cards, other people's inventory of cards. I can think of, customers coming in, them paying, I don't know, $5 per 1,000 cards or something like that for us to sort and alphabeticalize their cards. When a large collection comes in and they want the full value out of it, we could take the full value out of it. There's a lot of wins here for most stores if you have the space and the time. So let me know what you think about the Roco sorter and the bulk option for selling Magic cards. I would love to hear that. Have yourselves a great day. Be kind to the people around you. Thank you all the supporters of the channel and Patreon and in the comment section, and all of you guys who hang out with me. It means a ton to me. It's an honor and a dream to be able to do all this. So have yourselves a great day. Be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.